degrees out here today. Of course, to fit the day. Yeah, that'll work, man. Oh, hold on. Let's get the brake. Here we go. Look at this beauty. Whew. It is looking incredible. So this hot rod here is running on ECU Masters, which is a great ECU for these Supras. This is the non-turbo 2JZ. He's put the turbo cams in this head, and you can see back here, he's even welded the cam sensor back in here. So to be able to do that, we actually had to get pretty creative, didn't we, Sean? We had to grind a couple of the teeth off down here on the crank trigger so it would line up with that. That's where we started off, but you can see all the time and attention to detail in this thing. This here is all anodizing. That is not paint. That is in itself incredible.
Yeah, it's quite the process.
And then everything is so smooth and beautiful and clean. So Josh has got crazy talent for paint. Like, it's hard to believe. We got all our gauges and all our cool stuff. Right-hand drive. And this car came out of Canada.
It did, yeah. Picked it up and drove it back and came here and showed you first.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
First one to see it.
It is straight beautiful.
Here it is a few years later.
Yeah. A few years later and some paint. She is straight up beautiful. I know, I've seen it 100 times and it takes my breath away. And then like seeing it outside with the white and the snow, it was like, holy crap, this is crazy. Like, you even took the headlights apart and did all this paintwork inside the headlights and stuff.
Yep.
So what's in this engine?
So it's, I mean, basically fully built. Rods, pistons, billet mains, 264, 272 cams, dual valve springs, so, you know, mostly all done up. 22 injectors and turbo.
You didn't go with the regular 2JZ. This isn't the regular.
No, this is what came in the car, so it's the non-turbo. And yeah, we had to put the cam sensor in, which I should have put in front, but live and learn. At least we got it figured out.
Yeah, right.
And you know, it's got the GTE valve cover, so it looks like it, but this is a GE build. So had to weld up where the distributor was. It was over here. That got welded up.
I didn't even think about all that.
That plate, kind of hard to see, but that got welded up there. And honestly, for the price of GTEs, this is way easier to do.
And you use GTE cams in it too, right?
Yep, yep.
So those were drop in and able to.
You know, it all drops in. It's all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the oil squirters, but
that lets the pistons grow a little bit.
Right.
Seal up really nice. Right. What turbo and stuff is this?
Pulsar.
Oh, so it's a big Pulsar.
Yep.
Wow.
82.
Oh, this could be cool.
This is what you got, and then you saw it and you wanted two for the bully.
So this is the, yeah, okay.
This is the one that came in the box, and Jamie's like, oh
man.
Yeah, you took this over to the bully right away. Hey, get two more. And it's got the T51 mod on it. Full 4-inch downpipe exhaust. I built it all myself. Stainless. Honestly, learned how to weld a week prior to this. Had a buddy teach me real good and did some practice and kind of just sent the whole thing.
And your attention to detail is just second to none, brother.
Right, thank you.
That's why, like I said, I can't wait till the bully front end comes out because he's got a vision. And
it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be wild. Yeah. Oh man, it's awesome. And you did like the wheels, like the underneath of this car is as good as the top.
It is.
It's like
everything, you know, all the brakes powder coated and the wheels I painted. Actually got probably not the wheels I would have picked, but got these wheels for a few $100s that were bent. And had a wheel shop straighten them, and then I did all the paint work on them. And I mean, for $4,000 wheels, I think I have like 1,700 into them.
That's so great.
You know, a little time, but it's funner that way.
It is
Make
funner.
it my own.
Yeah.
So.
It's like every detail. I mean, those are facing the right way. You know, it's like little things.
Right.
You tinted it purple?
Tinted that purple, candy. I tinted the fenders, the front bumper, signals.
Really?
Little stuff. I mean, these,
How do you tint
these were
those?
clear.
What do you do to tint those? Like
It's just candy paint, so it's see-through paint. It's kind of like food coloring, so.
That's a great way to look at it.
You know, and yeah, these are all purple. So it kind of just, instead of being chrome or, you know, silver.
Or white or
Kind
anything.
of all the same color. I'll actually get this powder coated black, just the top part. I had one and something happened to it and got a hole and, you know, had to replace it, so.
So once that's black, it's just gonna blend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'll look great.
Right.
Yeah, I can see that. Oof. A long way. Couple years in the making, right?
Yeah, over 2 years. Drove this for 6 months, like daily drove it stock. It was awesome, and you know, I can't have anything stock.
See how she's gonna run. So.
Yeah, and then go from there. Hopefully we'll be out this summer.
Woo. And you do a lot of car shows and a lot of just...
Yeah, I want to do that.
Awesome. All right, well, we're gonna get this thing all running and we'll start making some rips. Woo! Gotta love the sound of a Supra. Yeah, it looked pretty good.
211.
211. Yeah, softer a little bit.
Oh, I see there's a bolt that came loose. One of the lines. We had a bolt on the water pump come loose and there's some coolant leaking.
Oh, okay, so you found that?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, the law's looking pretty good. I'm just running through things, trying to get that all figured out, making sure stuff's gonna be good. We did a light pull up.
Did a little coolant spraying out. So some of them blue dots on the turbo there. He's down underneath here. Working on putting bolts back in the water pump. They just rattled loose.
You notice how the coolant's the same color as the outside? I'm telling you, there's not one thing that's not touched. When you make your coolant match the car, that just says where you're at in life.
Last night I
And
asked.
he runs royal purple.
I was just gonna say his purple or his oil was purple too.
Yeah. It's awesome. You're gonna do it, just go all out. Artists don't just do NFTs and paint work.
Yeah.
Sometimes the car's the canvas.
I wonder if I should pull this and see down, you know.
We're giving this a happy little tune.
You better ruffle your hair up a little more, Brent.
Yeah. We're in here painting happy tunes. Little happy little injector milliseconds.
Did you guys find some bolts?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Very resourceful with him.
Did you guys look under the car to see if the other ones had fallen out down there?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Probably would have been a good place to look for in the first place. Nothing.
16
Micro turns at a time.
Some bolts, Brent. I just want to make sure that one is going to drop down.
Yeah, is it gonna ride into the belt? Because that would.
Yeah, is that 112 really long that you got?
Yeah.
Oh man, we're all working behind the cover.
Yeah, behind the cover.
This is serious. I didn't realize this was all behind the cover.
Yeah, there's 3 of them back there. 2 of them are now. One was tight, one was loose. It's now tight. Now it's bolt number 3.
Gordy's sick today, so we're gonna get a little bit of Gordo. Yeah, playing hooky. He's like, I had a cold, just because it's cold. I mean, he's not lying. It's cold. He's like, I don't want you to catch it. I'm like, it's already cold.
Yeah, I've already caught
We've all caught it.
We're cold. Cold as ice.
Cold as ice.
I got
Yep.
sickles all hanging off my CRX out there. Yeah.
Oh no.
Is it loose or was it? It's hard to get on, but I mean, I'm like almost touching it.
This is serious. And these bolts are to like the water pump? Is that what we're chasing? Jam on it. All right, let's take this piece of art and make a happy tune.
268.
68. Got a little early limiter, so I'm gonna try to find it.
Coming from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hose down here.
It looks like it's in the back. It's still dripping?
It's dripping from like. You check those coolant lines going to that turbo.
The top of the pump looks wet again.
Nah, it's gonna weep a little bit.
Cause you don't have fresh RTV.
Yeah. Pissing out of the bottom now. See how many bolts are on the bottom? Probably 2.
Like 3.
Yeah. I think it's just the gasket on the pump from. It looks like it's just leaking the bottom and dripping out.
What to actually do is you gotta get the fucking the slower timing cover off to actually replace the when you get that off, crank plate is gonna come off too.
Oh, and you just don't have enough room to get anything in there without pulling the radiator pretty much, huh?
Holy cow. What's going on here?
Well, water pump was leaking, so we're gonna pull this pulley back off and refix the gasket on the water pump, and I think that's all it was. So
He's on it. Woo! All right, let's check on Todd. What's going on, dude? What are you guys working on here?
Oh, just bleed in a clutch.
Clutch with this new stuff that we put in there, but my clutch pedal stop was actually messing up, so it was a little too long, so I pulled that out to be able to bleed it all. And then now that it actually seems bleeding, I'm gonna change my bolt length because it's just a little too long.
Ah.
Yeah, for the
You
pedal
got your little
stop.
slipper deal in here?
Yep. And we went from a -3 line to a -4, so the volume rate changed. You know, every time you get a new clutch, you gotta probably reset your pedal stop anyways.
So there he goes. Twin turbo Todd, hard at it. And Goof has got his little hot rod up on the lift. What do you guys show me, Goof? Whoa.
Yeah, nut came loose.
Oh my goodness. So you found that? Nothing else?
Well, see, I was curious about the shock because how I was sitting on the trailer.
Oh yeah, that's what you said.
But I was pushing on it, and everything seems like it's working stiff and stuff. And so like when I went to push on it though, I moved the whole wheel, and I was like, what? That's
No.
That's not right. So I was like feeling around, and one nut just screwed all the way back.
Dang it.
And it could have been from the trailer right all the way back, but I imagine
Yeah, I could
the
have.
launch and the crash probably bumped it loose, or
I think all the jam nuts need a
the
dab of Loctite. This thing vibrates so bad.
yeah,
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but
a little bit of Loctite.
the crash didn't help.
Nope.
But you're pulling the turbo kit and stuff off now because the body guy needs all that apart.
Yeah.
So pull the front apart and go from there. I'm gonna play the Supra. All right,
Or you just
covers off.
tensioner. There's 2 tension bolts right here.
Yeah.
One's super easy to get to. One you just gotta need an extension. And it was putting pressure on it.
So we got the water pump off, and that is cracked. Oh man. So we're kind of thinking since couple of those bolts were loose, it might have tugged it. Yeah, put pressure on it. Cracked her. So we're on the hunt right now for a 2J water pump. Dun dun dun. It's always something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she'll turn out good though. Yeah, that dip will be your lowest G.
So we did hit 2.0 Excel G's. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
-3.
That had to be really
Whoa. So the G's he was pushing when he launched was 2, and when he hit the wall was 3.
And look at the up and down of the G's as the wheel was hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all tire shake. And then that was the wheels hopping. Trying to pull me right. And I was
Building the monster.
yeah, so awesome.
To go? No. Just took out the corners.
What do you got going on here, Sean?
Well, I was just trying to loosen up the factory roof latches so I could see about putting in some hand fabricated ones. Because those little factory latches, way too expensive for what they are. Way too expensive.
So we think we're gonna go ahead and get this roof mounted up here on Sho'nuff. So Sean has dived into getting some of the old factory bracketry off. Looks like that right up in there. So we need to get those screws out. And then we got a little bit of notching to do on the top so it sits flat. We didn't have the top when we built it, but we tried to go off at the soft top, but there's still a little bit of differences.
Oh, okay. This side, actually.
Oh, you got your impact one? Todd, you have an impact one already?
Yeah, long bit.
Dang. Todd making my little guy look all cute.
Dang. Feel how heavy that guy is.
I don't even know how you were lifting that thing.
Day one when I did the 147.
Yeah, we're getting some spinny.
0.9.
It is? Yeah.
Sweet.
1.9.
Point out.
You gotta keep working on it. Me and the 2 G's at that old.
Yeah, that'll knock you out.
Right out. No, I just missed it.
All right. So these tabs used to be on here like that. So I essentially need to just make some that bolt up into the same location, but with a tab going the opposite direction. It won't be as big, and then I can weld a nut on the backside. I can just have a tab that hangs off the roof kind of so, but hangs down a little longer with a bolt so it goes through. They have a gap so it can yank the hood or the roof forward and down. Then we might be able to put a tab on the front here that just kind of overhangs underneath this sill, just so if air gets under the front edge here, you can't pull the center and bow it up and
Bow
yank
it up, yeah.
Heavy though, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. We need slim light ones. We have John make some of these in like some nice aluminum or something.
Some billet.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
All right. So ratchet strapping down and forward.
And yeah, now we're gonna pull it into the seal. So now we're gonna close this gap right here.
I don't see it lifting.
No. And now we can mark the inside as well as get the bracketry right. Oh, you're already on it.
Got silver.
Hey.
Because the black don't show up on black too well.
Let me know if you need light. Maybe turn the other. Oh, he's marking it where it hits, so we can just cut the top a little bit.
So it seats down.
Yep.
And it just comes down.
Oh, that's really where it's hitting. This bar right here.
This thing is like ready to mount.
Yeah.
It's all bolted up right here.
Yeah. This head bar right here is really what's holding this side up.
Ready?
I'm always asking, why is this back seat laying around the shop? And then now I know.
Always there's always a need for a pad. Yeah, you can actually see where it was rubbing right here, in that section right there. And here's on this bar, you can see it right there. It's got its rub marks. And then
So that's about to sit
likewise.
flat right
Yep.
there.
All right, guys, so we're gonna grab some tools. We're gonna cut this out and then fit it back on and make sure this top sits flat.
I'll grab my hole saw and I'll cut hole saws on the ends so they're nice and round. And then we'll use, you know, cut off wheel. Yep. And that side, of course, we'll use 3 holes. So we got a little T to do. Hole saw galore. Where hole saws come to die. I want a very short pilot bit. Short pilot. And 2.5. Probably more than enough. That pilot bit's nice and short so we don't poke through the top layer. Very, very shallow hole cuts we're gonna make. And cut.
Engine, yeah.
And then it was the outside ones all came loose, so just.
And that's right where the damn wheel is, so it's,
Yep.
you know.
And then he was saying, not to mention, you get the drive belt, putting tension on the end of the pump too.
Yep.
For the
So
fan
it's all
clutch.
pulling that whole big piece out, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't. It's cast aluminum, so it only has to bend like if it can
Nothing.
bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bend.
No.
It cracks.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
Put some lines in there.
We got the body guy watching the fabricator just cut the body. No pressure. No pressure, Sean. No pressure.
I didn't need it.
Josh, you gotta say, wait,
Watch out
not
for
there.
the paint. Don't crack the paint on the outside. The outside paint.
What do they call this stuff? Isn't it like Duracoat or something like that?
I'll have like 4 layers of tape right there before
I
I'll
know.
be like hit it with a Dremel.
We're always all in.
Oh, it went through the top.
Oh, scratch the paint.
Oh, it's super thin right there.
Did you go through?
Yeah.
You did not.
Yeah, it's like an 1/8 inch away.
No pressure.
Back to the body shop. I'll take it.
Back to the body shop.
I'll take it, re-fiberglass it. Oh man.
It felt thicker there. I used my shortest pilot bit I had.
We saw. Needed to cut like a little
You're
back
putting
off.
a radio in this, you got an antenna spot. You know.
Alright. I gotta figure out
You need a shorter, just a little shorter.
a lot shorter.
He's like, I poked the other side. Look at the stress.
Yeah, it's pouring out my forehead.
It is. No pressure, bro. Josh is over here like.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about fiberglass.
It's itchy.
That auger is barely hanging out there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Come on, let's make some more holes. Golf ball
That's what we need. Yeah, golf ball action. That's just meant to do.
You don't gotta go Mach 50 all the time. Hopefully you get that. It'd have a hockey puck sound all the time.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Ooh, yeah.
Only 1/4 inch hole in the roof.
Only one.
Only one.
smells like a pine tree.
All right, so we got the top ready to go on, and hopefully we clear this bar and that bar and this one right here.
Oh, it feels like it's already sitting down lower.
Yeah. Faux show.
The fiberglass fits so good.
What?
Fiberglass fits so good.
Oh yeah.
Jeez, man.
Body guide, of course he's gonna notice that like right away. Thanks, Josh. See anything?
All right.
See anything?
Looks all right.
Looks all right.
Looks good.
It's probably like this.
Yeah, probably just the bottom of here. If you start
Hold
sanding
this
this, and
it'll come down
Oh,
here
yeah.
and here. Because see, it's held up over here and back here. And then it's touching right here on the body. Yeah. Fiberglass.
Might even be able to cinch it down and use the heat.
So Shane's talking about that right there versus up here. And then it's picked up again right there, so.
It's probably like some guy with my vision glass that, you know?
Some guy with your vision?
Yeah.
Let's look at that vision.
he glassed out without those glasses on.
I took 'em off,
Yeah,
and I
and
was
then you worked. You did all this. You know, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks back on out.
Yeah. So Josh is saying that if we heat this area, tug it down all night.
Get that, sand that corner down.
Yeah,
Get this corner down.
It looks like it needs to go from this
All the way, yeah,
all the
all the
way,
way.
right there.
And it'll probably open it up. Might have to shove some fiberglass and just close it back up. But yeah, that other side's like flat from here over.
Yeah, and this is like got a big old
Big.
belly.
Yep. Space.
It's got space.
All right.
So
What do you think there, Sean?
I was just using the body line, and I held it kind of up where it needed to be. Just stayed on the body line itself.
Just so you knew where the low point was.
Yeah, and then just drag across, and it fades out into this high zone here. So it gives me a starting point without taking too much off.
Gotta love a VMAX. We'll get the Supra all fixed up and back on the dyno, and I can't wait to do the second episode with that. Josh has worked real hard on that the last couple of years, and I really think it's gonna turn out good. His attention to detail is like none other, and it's pretty special and pretty awesome to watch. We're gonna get this top all buttoned up on Sho'nuff. We've got that side to shave, and we got some little things to do. We've got a plan, and we should be able to execute that and make it look really sharp. So I can't wait to bring you guys more of that. And then I'm pretty stoked to have Shane's over at the body shop this Saturday. We're gonna go ahead and get the frame all straightened out, and I can't wait to get that done and try to get that thing back on the track soon and start dialing it in, because we spent more time working on all the chassis stuff and making that all work than we did actually getting out there and racing it. So I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. Appreciate you guys chilling with me and hanging out. We had a good old time, and we'll be back tomorrow, so stay tuned.